Self-concept and manifestation go hand in hand. And I'm gonna speak a little bit about my personal journey that might orient you and support your process. All the links are below if you want to work with me, if you resonate with my frequency and what it is that I'm sharing here. So I was asleep to our true nature for 50 years. Until one day, by a set of circumstance, there was a realization I'm not my thought. And I was like, oh, I'm not my thought. I always thought I was my thought. I'm not my emotion. They don't belong to me. I cannot find myself. Emotions are coming and going in the spacious awareness that is always here. And then came the realization I am not my body, which is a deeper realization. Oh, my dog. I have a body. I have access to a body. I have access to a house. I have access to money. I have access to food. But I don't own anything. I am the steward of it. And I don't lack anything. So the realization is simple. And then I got re-invited in suffering. In many ways. And what I did to break free from suffering is that I declined the invitation to act in the same way I would usually act. And I didn't take ownership of the emotion. So instead of saying I am a sad person, no one loves me, I started to say, oh, there is sadness here in this moment. I did not deny that there was a contraction of emotion. I acknowledged it was there, but I didn't take ownership of it. And that started to create what was the turning point to change my life, because I did not say the same thing that I usually said. I did not do the same thing that I usually do. I was able to break the pattern that was creating my life by allowing the emotion to exist while not engaging in the same action. So say if my partner was reminiscing about something, instead of being angry or defending myself, I would just feel the feeling. I would not say anything. Or at some point I would tell him, like, grow up. Like, I started to break the pattern of my character, the script. I call it the script. Like your character, it has a little script. And I started to express myself more and pay attention where I put my attention. Because you put your attention on a plant, you give it water, it grows. So I started to give attention to new thoughts, higher frequency, gratitude. And because I know, sorry, that the concept that we have about ourselves is only a concept, I shifted my self-concept to a higher self-concept, a better self-concept. So if I'm to adopt a concept, I'm gonna adopt the concept that is the easiest and effortless one. It's not that I really adopt it, but I embody the energy of it. So I live in effortless abundance. I know that I always get what I need and a little bit more. I don't have to work hard. That's my concept. That's my self-concept. My partner loves me, appreciates me. My clients are in gratitude to work with me. This is my self-concept, the self-concept that I adopt now. Before, it used to be, no one loves me, I'm alone, I don't know what I'm gonna do, I don't know what to do with my life, I'm scared, I don't know how long I'll be able to survive this. Those were the thoughts that were running in my field and that I was giving attention to. And when I stopped giving attention to this thought and take inspired action, so integrate as you go. This is this is the way I work with people. You take a different action and you integrate as you go. So you break the pattern of doing something you always do, and you choose the highest possibility of the moment. What is the highest possibility every moment? And if you choose that, your life expands. So even with wealth, I choose the highest possibility of the moment that is accessible to me, but a little bit outside of my comfort zone. So when I go to the grocery store, I pick the best honey. When I take Uber, I pick the bigger car. I pick the most comfortable car or electrical car, anything that suits you or that you like. When I travel, I pick the best hotel. I'm not saying like I pick the most expensive one, but I pick the one that is a little bit outside of my comfort zone, that makes my heart sing, that I love. So I'm going to the Fairmont in San Francisco soon because I love the vibe. I buy the vibe. And that goes hand in hand with my self-concept. So I'm not a cheap coach because I don't hold this concept that I have to work hard. I work at the root, because the root of reality is the concept you hold about yourself and the belief and the thought you have about yourself and about reality. And that gets mirrored back and reflected back at you as your life. Your life is a mirror. And it's not only done with thinking, it's done with the full body experience of it. Embodying the energy. And it requires courage. It requires faith, conviction, and courage. It requires to trust yourself. And you gotta be ready. You gotta be ready of letting go of suffering and letting go of the effort and the payoff that you get from the effort. The payoff is, I did it. Oh, I'm so good. I did it. I mean, it's an experience. If you want to have this experience, it is an experience that you can have. It depends what you want to experience. There is infinite possibility. I'd rather experience effortless peace, joy, abundance, excitement, adventure. So I embody that, and I receive that. Now, how to do this for yourself? I gotta make a choice at some point. Are you done? Are you done with your old story and carrying this story in your present and future? Because if you are hearing this, you got everything you need now. There's nothing else that you need to find. You can unpack. If there's an energy appearing in you that is creating suffering, you can unpack it by asking yourself, what does it mean about me, this trigger? What is the belief that I believe about myself right now that is causing suffering? It's all belief. It's only a belief. So say the belief is there's a trigger. Say I see someone and they seem to do something better than me. So the belief is, maybe the belief is I have to do more. I have to be more. Or I have to I'm looking for a real example. So if you are a coach, for example, that's one of those that I had to unpack. If I see a coach that is doing something really well that I'm not doing, if I start to go into the judgment that she's better than me, then it's hiding the belief that I'm not doing enough or I'm not enough. Now, what does it do to me when I believe that? Maybe I start to want to take more course and I don't have time to do my job. What do I get out of being better, doing more? Say maybe I get my client to appreciate me or to love me. So now, am I ready to release the payoff? I don't need their love. You go deeper. It's okay to need their love. If you get a yes, and it's okay to not need their love, you get a yes, then it means you're neutral about it. You neutralize. It's not about not wanting or wanting. Oops. Give me a sec, I have to pick up here. Okay, and then you see, oh, I need them to feel better so that I feel better. You gotta look at the background, how the movie is created. And then you can let this go. Can I let this go? Yes. Everyone. So now, that is a disempowering belief. The disempowering belief is, I need to bring them something so that they feel better. And that makes me feel better. So that's an attachment. You reveal it by, well, that's the work I'm doing with you if we work together. There are a few tools to do that. What does it mean about me? What do I get out of this? Am I ready to let this go? Now, because there is more freedom with not needing my client to feel better, of course, and there is more freedom for them because I don't impose anything on them. They're allowed to feel as the way they feel. I mean, I'm not the savior. So, this is arrogance. You know, savior is an arrogance. Now, what is an empowering belief? You can replace it. It's not about, you don't have to have, it's okay to have no belief, but you can take a belief that is empowering you and believe it lightly. It's not fixed, it served me. So an empowering belief, and that's not even a belief, that's a conviction that I have now. It's not a belief. Everyone gets what they need and a little bit more. And I'm not the doer. So if I'm not the doer and everyone gets what they need and a little bit more, I have no pressure and no stress because I can answer from intuition. And when I answer from intuition, of course, already this is a limitation of the totality if I answer. I answer something with intuition. It's a reduction of the infinite possibility, but it's less reducted, less small than if I answer from the me position. It's like I can intuitively answer by listening deeply without me having an attachment to anything happening. And when I do that, it's less constricted, it's a higher choice. So I propose a higher choice to the person, which then can elevate. But I'm not doing it as a person, I'm doing it from intuition. By not needing anything. If I don't need the person to be in any way, I can propose. If I'm asked a question, if I'm not asked, then staying silent is the highest potentiality. But if I am asked something, so then it removes the pressure of I gotta do this right, I gotta say the right thing, because there is no right thing, there is not the right thing. And if you can perceive deeper about what I'm saying, is you always make the highest choice. And then your life expands on its own because you're not the doer of it. All we're doing when we're the doer, we limit abundance, we block it. You don't have to block it, you don't have to effort, you don't have to stress. You can deal with things when they arise, just when they arise. Be available to what is arising. You don't have to project later. How am I going to deal with this later? Later is an idea, is a thought, it's a belief. Later, over there, it's all a belief. Always stay close to your direct experience. One other question you can bring, if that supports you, am I safe now? And in myself, the answer is yes, I am safe now. And if the answer is no, then find out what is the belief that is creating this sense of unsafety.